everyone, welcome to Tarot Tapas, a quick bite of tarot to get you through your day. If you're new here, welcome, and if you've joined me before, I appreciate you. I don't take you for granted, I promise. A little bit different today. I have a funny story, actually. I mean, it's kind of funny. I have been trying so hard to get a reading out for the past few days, and literally the universe is like, no child, sit your butt down, because I have not been able to get anything tangible recorded, and it's so incredibly frustrating, but at the same time I've got to take it as, you know, a sign that it's just not going to happen. And this is today is a very good example of that. I was ready to go. I was pumped. I was going to go to my usual parking spot, and I've got my freaking tarot cards. What? So yesterday I also attempted 2 different recordings, and for some reason or another my phone was just not having it. It was like, oh, you're in the middle of a video? Shut it down. So I just think it's really funny when the universe doesn't want to send out messages, it just doesn't want to send out messages. And I was on a roll too, child. I was reading those cards. I just feel like they're messages that maybe are just not meant to get out there, and we're not meant to hear them, so it's okay. But I still wanted to get an episode out there, so I figured this is as good a time as ever to actually get into why this channel started to begin with, since I haven't done that, and I said I would. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. So this was a project of love, and I'm sure I've mentioned it in the past. Tarot for me has become a form of meditation. I have a very chaotic thought process, and I tend to be really stubborn when it comes to accepting things and, figuring out how to move forward. And my brain is just always all kinds of stir crazy, right? So I picked up tarot as a form of making sense of my energy and what is going on with it. And I realized fairly quickly that it is so useful. And do I think I can tell the future? No. I don't think that's what tarot is. I think tarot reads energies. I think tarot makes sense of energies. And I think that we take what we already know as we are connected to source and, our intuition and everything, and we take what we already know and we make sense of it within the cards. And so that's what I feel tarot does for me. And I noticed that it was very effective when I sit down and read for people. It's a very effective way of making sense of the energy that's already there and the knowledge that's already there. And it's just, I can't even begin to emphasize what an amazing tool it is. They're little triggers, and I feel like when you pull a tarot card, you have a basic knowledge of what it is. And, when you pull the card, it's going to trigger the thing that you already know. You're gonna assign the meaning to it. And so I really learned how to rely on my intuition, and I don't know how much I necessarily subscribe to the whole, I'm an empath, but I do really, I'm very receptive to energies and how they work, and what energies people are giving off. And so I feel like tarot's become an essential tool for me to be able to make sense of those things and put words to it. And so, do I use it for divination? No. Do I use it to make sense of the energy that's going on around us? Absolutely. It's a very, very useful tool, and it is so grounding for me to reconnect. And we're a collective. We all vibe off each other. We're connected in so many ways, and so I feel like it really does help me to make sense of all of that. And this is why I love to share it, because I feel like when I share that with people, it helps them make sense of the chaos that's going on in their hearts and minds too. So that's one of the that's what I love about tarot. But this channel actually started, I have a really hard time with public speaking, and I have a really hard time with just expressing myself in general. I have all these emotions. I'm total cups energy. I have all these emotions that are just kind of, built up, and I don't know what to do with it half the time, and I don't know how to verbalize them. I don't know how to bring them to life. I don't know how to express them. And so I really wanted to work on that. I wanted to, you know, work on my voice and how to express myself and how to be more open and communicative. And so this channel kind of sprung up out of my love for tarot and the way it makes me make sense of my chaos, but also out of my need to work on myself and this journey that I'm on to, you know, continuously improve. Self-improvement is, you know, so important. And so you're kind of along for the ride. I appreciate you joining me on this journey. And I was inspired. Let's talk about my favorite channels now, because there's so many that I love to watch, and you know, I really take a lot from them. And you know, I never have this disclaimer in my videos, but I probably should. When you're reading for the collective, not everything's gonna stick, right? You're not gonna hear something and go, oh my God, that's word for word my story. It could be, but that's not always gonna be the case, you know? And so I listen to a lot of different readers, and then I like to pick, and you know, sometimes I hear things that help me make sense of what I'm going through, and it helps me to put two and two together and kind of gives me the tools that I need to move forward, right? So I started listening to Rosology. I don't know if y'all are familiar with her, but she is amazing. I'm on Patreon. I've subscribed to everything she does. That is what actually sparked my love for all of this. I mean, other than the fact that it runs in my family, I come to find out. So I started listening to Rosology, and she is just so on point, and the messages were just so deep and thorough and fantastic. And the pick a card readings, when you use your intuition to pick the pile with the message that you need to hear, it's insane. I mean, she's amazing. Love her. And so I started with her, and then, you know, I started to try to kind of listen to different genres of tarot card readings. You know, I love Birth of Venus Tarot for like love readings, and to learn about twin flames, because I'm still learning about that. Don't quite know how I feel about it yet, but I love her readings. Her readings are very thorough. They make me feel good at the end, even when the messages aren't exactly fantastic. You know, sometimes they're not sunshine and rainbows, but I always feel good after listening to her readings. Turning Tides Tarot for what you need to hear when you need to hear it. She's very honest. She's very, you know, straightforward. She doesn't really sugarcoat, which I appreciate. And for very in-depth tarot, like very in-depth, she's gonna dig through and just really find everything. And this is not short tarot. This is not tapas. This is in-depth readings. I love the Sassy Scorpion. Y'all gotta check her out. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And intuition on point. So fantastic. Very motivational in a lot of ways, but also very raw and very real. And I love that in my life. One more, Moonology. I'm sorry, not Moonology. Moon Moth Goddess. That's a tongue twister for me. I don't know why. It's always a tongue twister for me. But Moon Moth Goddess for pick a card readings. She's also fantastic. All of her pick a card readings. She's got a lot of topics that she covers, very specific questions. Fantastic stuff. I admire all of these people. They help me learn. They help me, you know, kind of know what I'm going for, and I absolutely recommend that you check them out. Let's see. What else? I think that's it. I think that's it, y'all. That's basically what this is about. That's what this channel is about. I do have to give a shout out to my friends for being super supportive and subscribing and encouraging me to jump on this leap of faith, because I'm a total fool, y'all. I did not know what I was doing, and I still don't. Still a baby channel, still trying to figure it out. But I do have to shout out to my friends and just absolutely love on them for the encouragement and for the support, and for helping me see that this is something really that I'm kind of good at. You know, they are essential in me feeling like I can trust my intuition, and we all need that kind of validation, and I adore them. They know who they are. And, you know, also my super supportive husband and lovely family. He actually got me my first tarot deck that I really delved into, and that was the one I waited patiently for to be gifted. And so he actually did get it for me, and I appreciate him. He's always supportive of my shenanigans, and I don't know that I always deserve it because sometimes they're kind of crazy, but he's always there. So thank you, everyone, and thank you for tuning in, and thank you for listening to me, and I will see you next time.